Streaming now, this is the Wood TV Live Desk.
And good afternoon, everyone. Phil Pinarski here with the Wood TV Live Desk. Hope you're all having a great start to your Monday. The USFL is quickly approaching. We are just under a month away, and teams are starting to gather for their first practices of the season, including the Michigan Panthers, who return to Michigan this year instead of playing all their games and practices in Birmingham, Alabama. So joining us today to talk a little bit more about that first practice and the upcoming season, we are now being joined by linebacker Terry Myrick. Terry, thank you so much for being here today.
Hey, you're welcome. This is an opportunity. Thank you.
Yeah, no, definitely. And obviously, we've talked to Coach Mike Nolan a couple of times already on the live desk. You're the first player to officially come on the live desk, so we want to thank you for having that distinct honor now. But just really getting started, you know, the season is quickly approaching. This was the first time to really maybe get in touch with some of the other members of the coaching staff and the team. Kind of tell us what it's been like now finally getting everybody all together here.
The guys and I have been so anxious to get around one another. We've been meeting over Zoom, been sending signings on social media, Twitter. It's just super exciting to see everyone and put a face with a name. There was a lot of adrenaline out there today. We were so excited to just get around each other and practice and compete for our ultimate goal.
Right, and can you touch on a little bit about that first practice? I know a lot of people who maybe played high school football or football, you know, growing up and everything, you know, that first practice can, you know, maybe get a little heated or just really a lot of energy out there. Was that sort of what it was like today?
For me personally, I was like a kid on Christmas. I woke up early. I didn't even need my alarm. I was so excited to get out there and compete. We had some guys that were returning from last year. We have some former NFL veterans that were here. We had some guys that have never participated in a pro practice today, all out on the field today, out at the factory here at Eastern Michigan. We're just super excited, and we were just running around with our hair on fire, if you want to be real.
Right, now, and you touched on the EMU aspect of it. You are a former Emu Eagle. Can you just tell us from that experience, what is it like coming back to the campus? You know, maybe were you showing guys around, you know, all the areas around the campus and everything?
Yes. People have kind of been arguing over who's going to chauffeur me around. They want to know the ins and outs of Ypsilanti and Ann Arbor. So I've been, you know, giving small tours. I actually gave about 4 guys a tour of the facility yesterday, let them see, you know, where we'll be practicing at, where we'll be lifting at. It's really cool. It's really cool. Kind of be that guy, that source that people kind of come to.
Right, the tour guide. Yeah, no. Yeah. As I mentioned earlier, we've had Coach Nolan on the live desk before, and he's just been touching on how excited he is to really help build this team up. Obviously, last season didn't go as you guys had really hoped for, but kind of touch on the things that maybe have changed this season. I know it's still early, but you know, just so far already, you have Coach Nolan, who is a defensive-minded coach. So he'll be really, you know, on top of you guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, Coach Nolan's focal point is to allow the defense to just play fast and physical. And one thing that we'll be focusing on this year, a lot more than we did last year, is ball disruption. We'll be getting after the ball every single time we get an opportunity to. Each time we're making a tackle, we'll be going for that football. We're trying to increase the ball production by a lot because your turnover takeaway ratio determines whether you win the football game or not. And if we can improve that area, we can get better looks at the next level, and we can increase our chances of winning games on Saturdays and Sundays.
Right, and Terry, you know, before we let you go, we do want to ask, as you touched on, you're excited, running around with your hair on fire, the whole team is. What are you most excited about this upcoming season? Finally being able to really come back to the state of Michigan, play in front of a home crowd at Ford Field. What are you most excited about?
Well, obviously I'm excited to indulge in my craft, and that's just playing football. But more than anything, just to represent for the city of Detroit. I'm not a Detroit native, but I lived here for 5 years, and I know how passionate they are about their sports teams. So to get to play in front of those fans in Ford Field, it's going to be really awesome for me, and I can't wait to do that again.
Right, absolutely. Well, Terry, again, we really appreciate you coming on the live desk today. You're the first player from the USFL to come on the live desk, so again, thank you for doing that. We really do appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
Absolutely. And I want to thank everybody else for tuning into this latest edition of the Wood TV Live Desk. I'm Phil Pinarski, and we hope you have a great rest of your day.
Awesome.